KJ Rose is a veteran performer. You see her there. She's sharing what she's learned with the world. Her book, The Rose Effect, 8 Steps to Delivering the Performance of Your Life, has been helping people show up as their authentic selves, both on and off stage. And now she's bringing those lessons to an online class. She joins me from LA to tell me all about it. First of all, don't tell me about the weather because it's probably fabulous, right?
I won't do it. I won't do it. But just know I am missing home. I am missing being in Chicago. So even though it's cold, it's where my family is. So you're not missing a thing.
Well, what is it? Cold with a warm heart we have, definitely. Nice to see you. First of all, how do you build confidence? I mean, how do you know you don't? Well, you know you don't have confidence, but how do you build it when you really say it's over? I don't have any.
Yeah. Well, I believe that we often dismiss things that we don't believe we are naturally born with. And I grew up with a level of stage fright that was debilitating. And one of the things that helped me was repetition, going into the studio as a singer and really just putting down the reps. It's the reps that are going to help you believe, because your external expression is really a reflection of your internal narrative. So it was the amount of work I put in, but it was also what I was telling myself, right? And so in terms of power chants, if you cannot replace the doubt with anything, then you're left with the fear. And so being someone that growing up in Chicago, I made sure that I immersed myself in the choir and just singing on stage, even though there would be like a world of nerves, I still made sure that I showed up. And that's first and foremost. So I would say 3 things. Re-champion your story. Remember that there's something special about you that delineates you from anyone else. And I think in the process of working and moving in life, we forget like the wins that we've already collected. And I say, go back, collect those wins. That will help to kind of give you a level of foundation for confidence. Next, I will say to make sure that you resurrect your force. What is that thing about you that cannot be hijacked, that cannot be negotiated? It is very unique to who you are. And lastly, I would say reimagine you. It's all about how you engage, what you believe when you're engaging. It's that eye contact, it's your posture, and it's the words that you're really telling yourself. And I created these power chants that in the clutch can remind me of how dope I am.
But KJ, isn't it that a lot of it have to do with how you were brought up, how you were mentored, who some of the people that you look up to, your heroes? Doesn't that have a lot to do with the confidence that you have? And also, what's the difference between an introvert's confidence and an extrovert's confidence?
Yeah, well, I believe that that's a great starting point to be born with the level of invincibility, to have mentors around you, to be in an environment that promotes that, because my mom was a cheerleading coach. So that instilled in me a very inherent level of self-awareness. However, that stage fright still existed. And that's why I knew that I wanted to move in this. And so I think because people don't believe that they can have a level of appreciation for what they already bring to the table, they dismiss it. And confidence isn't transferable. So while you may have it in one area, there's another area that's still lacking. And I often remind people that the confidence you have today may be good for where you are or where you're going, but not where you're being elevated to. And an introverted confidence based on shyness really requires a little bit more effort, because it shows up in social settings. It shows up on being able to present on stage for presentations and not understanding how to conquer that fear in real time. So I would give very simple tools of making sure that you are projecting when you're speaking, making sure that there's eye contact, until the rest of you begins to catch up. It's how is your body? What is your posture doing? And what do you believe about yourself? Because your presence either says that you're asking permission to be in the room, or that you're just merely offering a piece of the win. And as an extroverted person, oftentimes I know that confidence, again, while it shows up in how I interact with people in these social settings, it may be that I have to gain a new kind of dose of confidence when I've got to go and speak on a large stage, because that never really goes away from me. I've just created the tools that I know will be very helpful when I'm walking into those environments. And it's, what am I constantly telling myself? What am I doing to make sure that I'm pushing beyond my perceived capacity? And so I believe we're all artists, and wherever you occupy space, that is your stage.
Why is it so easy for some people to have confidence and others not to?
I believe because a lot of people put in the reps. Where they may have a void in one area, they keep pressing. They keep putting themselves in situations so that they can grow from it, as opposed to just resigning to, I don't have it and I am really not going to do anything. I think that there are things that we have subscribed to that maybe happened to us once, or maybe it was someone else's opinion. And then we allowed ourselves to move in that. And then the person that believes that they are built for something bigger than what they're currently doing will always challenge themselves and challenge their edge. Because if you're only working with yesterday's data and information, it's hard to see where you've grown and how you can push beyond and expand your capacity.
KJ, it sounds to me like you have to put in the work to make this work. And
Absolutely.
what if people don't want to go through all that?
I understand. But if you desire to do anything, if you have a dream, if you have a vision, confidence cannot be your last resort. You know, the stakes are too high. People need what you're bringing. You are an artist, which means that there's something specific to you and who you're supposed to bless and be attached to, and no one can do it like you. So in order to truly tap into your personal star power, I would say that this is a confidence epidemic. It is time, because we need the skill set that you have so that we can grow. Everybody needs some opportunity to have that growth, and it's based upon your yes.
Tell me about your online class. And is it interactive? Do people get to talk to you one-on-one, with the other people? And is it a group setting?
No, so this is my first kind of entry point at doing something of this nature. It's an instructional video course. It's 37 minutes, and it's really to help you conquer your stage fright, your performance and presentation anxiety. And what I do is offer you tools to push past anything that stops you from fully being able to unlock potential. Oftentimes, the potential is there. I tell all of my artists, I don't give you anything that you don't already possess. My job is to merely irritate and agitate areas of potential, or just wins and things and potentials that you have left behind. My job is to agitate that. And so this course is really going to help you get to that destination. It's not interactive yet, but that'll be our next phase. This was really when I think about confidently moving and building this new venture and this new tool, I had to set aside the thought that this is not where I exist fully. Like, why do I think that what I will do in this course will translate to people from a digitized perspective? Because I thought I worked best when I am in the studio person to person. So I had to also lift myself in a level of pushing my capacity to say, hey, there are people that receive and interpret information in a different way, and I want to be able to reach them. So this course is for anyone who feels like they cannot walk in a room and fully be able to access their voice and access a level of presence that would lead to peak performance, that would lead to you really being able to show up in everything that you are. And it's called Confidence on Demand, and you can get it at getconfidenceondemand.com.
And do you think it's more helpful to folks to see other people who were like them and who gained their confidence, like you did, with the stage fright? Do you think that helps people more?
Absolutely, because I think that when you see people's end result, you see their outcome, but you have no idea, you're not privy to the process, it does make it seem like, oh, they've been doing this all their lives. And that's why I want to obliterate the idea that I started from a point of being able to walk into the room and like, what's up, everybody? For every large stage presentation I do, I have some music that makes me feel invincible. And that's a another tool. Like, what are you listening to before you walk into the room, before you get on stage? There should be a mantra. There should be some sort of chant or affirmation that automatically shocks your system and reminds you that somebody needs what you have. So I'm excited. I'm excited to share it.
I'm excited too. Thank you, KJ Rose. Appreciate it. Good luck to you and enjoy that weather.
Thank you so much for having me, Micah.
Take care. For more on KJ's Confidence on Demand video course, visit kjrose.com, and you can find it on social media at KJ Rose Effect. Take care.